Welcome to May 22nd, 2020, where I talk about the cybersecurity news of the week. Remember that links can be found in the description below. On to hacking news. Eon Radar took time to convert code from Black Hat to Python 3. CNN reports that the FBI have broken the encryption for the iPhone. Hopefully this is a misunderstanding of the word breaking the encryption. If the FBI have broken in, then not only them, but other countries are soon going to follow suit, and we won't have any protection from malicious governments. Lockfish is a new tool to phish from the lock screen of your Windows machine. We all are used to email phishes. This is a way to phish once you have access to the machine. Bleeping Computer reports that NetWalker has created a ransomware as a service model. The Hacker News reports that Israeli researchers have found a vulnerability in DNS. This is a worldwide problem and supposedly has been fixed by various large corporations. Brian Krebs reports that Ukraine has arrested a hacker known as Sanix that has released millions of passwords. Rhino Security released an article about how to weaponize AWS. This reminds us that security through obscurity is not a good solution. On to security news. John Breth has created a video about the importance of documentation in the cybersecurity field. Billy Ellis released a video about tracing kernel functions in iOS. Google's Tink is adding more Python support. Angel Marafino's talk from GrimCon was released where she talks about tips for being in cybersecurity. She relates lessons learned from Harry Potter to InfoSec. Jonathan Johnson of SpectreOps released part 2 of a process injection detection article. SC Magazine published an article about considerations for zero trust models. Hardened Tools came out a few months ago, but I think it is an interesting experiment on disabling Windows features. Use it at your own risk. Elfie Dennis, probably mispronounced that, gave an interesting podcast on her journey into cybersecurity. Daniel Messler gave a quick overview of the 2020 Verizon breach report. This isn't security, but John MB put together a nice infographic on the OSI layers in the context of Netflix. David Longenecker posted an infographic from the Verizon breach report representing how far different attacks get into their processes. This is interesting to note that different attacks have different likelihood of success at different times in their attack process. Kelly Shortridge posted an article about resilience and security. Sally Vandeven from Black Hills Information Security posted an article about using AD Explorer for pen testing purposes. Katrina Kay posted an article about how to create a secure network and has a nice hand-drawn diagram to go with it. And finally, Malwarebytes has a report on the Silent Night malware. See you again next week.